this is Goblin again. One of my biggest problems right now in learning how to draw is that I don't really have a clear path to follow. Most of the time I just feel lost, like I'm practicing things and hoping it will make sense eventually. I have mostly been learning from random YouTube tutorials this past month, which does help sometimes. Every artist on YouTube teaches things differently, not always to the same level. So you feel like there is no connection from what I practiced yesterday and today, and lose a lot of time trying to find a single decent tutorial. I'm the kind of goblin that works a lot better when there is a actual path to follow, something structured, something where I can know what I should focus. And the new Masters Academy seems to have exactly that, seeing a complete roadmap instead of randomly wandering in the dark feels really motivating, at least to me. They also offer feedback from instructors and mentors. One of the hardest parts of being a beginner, I think, is not knowing what is wrong with your drawing or what you could improve. They also have a mentorship program that sounds really cool, but right now Gob doesn't have the loot required for that. So maybe after the first year that I will be focusing on the foundations module, I can try hiring a mentor to help me. The nice thing about mentors is that they also make a structure for you to improve, but give direct feedback for you. When I started drawing again at the beginning of this month, I honestly thought that maybe I could brute force improvement, like just draw every day, practice random things, and eventually become good somehow, which does work for some people to some extent, but I'm pretty sure it would be very slow for me compared to actually studying properly. Especially because I eventually want to do more than just simple drawings. I want to build my VTuber and other models, make better character art, maybe do comics or some kind of visual novel game. And all those things rely heavily on having a good understanding of art and the fundamentals. Honestly, the curriculum looks a little intimidating at first. There are so many things to learn, like gesture, anatomy, perspective, composition, storytelling, character design, a lot of things. Meanwhile, Gob is still fighting eye positions on the face, like I struggle to draw a proper face with eyes in the correct position. So why did I choose New Masters Academy instead of other courses that exist online? One of the biggest reasons is the quality of the teachers. All of them seems to be really high quality. I took some of their free classes that they have on YouTube and it was really good. It's more or less affordable to me, a lot more than buying bundles from YouTubers like Roku that only sell a single module, for example, for a high price. At least for me, the pricing was a big factor. I feel like the free lessons that I took really cleared a lot of my doubts about taking the course because, for example, I saw one video with Steve Houston that explained how to draw faces and heads, and it was a lot better than dozens of YouTube tutorials that I watched before. I think part of the problem with learning art online on your own is that there is too much information. You don't really know how to filter that information as a beginner, so you can get poor advice, good advice. It's hard to know what you should follow, and not always in the correct order for beginners. Sometimes you get a more advanced thing that you barely understand, and sometimes it's very niche that doesn't apply to you. Another thing is that the Masters Academy also have a massive library of reference and study material. And from what I've seen so far, it's pretty high quality as well compared to these online websites that give poses and things like that. I think the quality is a bit higher, so I'll probably be using it a lot to practice. So, what does this mean to the channel here? It doesn't mean that Gob will stop making YouTuber art. Everything I learn should slowly improve Gob. So the things I learned from New Masters Academy should also help me improve the model. But the focus of the channel will probably shift more towards improve fundamentals, which you probably already see happening in the shorts that I post. So there will be more anatomy studies, head practices, gesture drawing, and of course a lot of me struggling to learn how to draw. Hopefully this works, and hopefully the me in the future understands drawing slightly better than the current me. And if you want to watch Gobi slowly improve over time, feel free to subscribe and become one of my minions. And if you are also learning art and watch it this far, let me know what kind of path you are taking to improve, and keep your loot safe. Until next time.